Hi everybody. For your next assignment, you are going to design a very mini collection of actually just one style, but in multiple colorways. So to get started, decide upon a theme that you would like to design into. You might already have ideas of just inspiration that's around you. Otherwise, it's also a really good idea to do a little research. You do have access to WGSN, which is a trend forecasting website. So it might be a good idea to kind of see what's going on there. And you could pull from their trend research as well. So for example, let's see here. It is a little overwhelming, I know, to navigate, but you could maybe just type in swimwear, there we are. And they have lots of different reports that you can read through. Let's see here. And so anyways, these reports will give you ideas of different themes that they are predicting that's going to happen. So that might be, a place to start if you're not sure about a theme. Anyways, once you do decide upon a theme, you're going to design one swimsuit. It could be for man, woman, child, whichever category you like. And to design it, you can pull from swimsuits that we've been working on this semester and tweak them and kind of finalize them. You can also pull from WGSN. They have CADs you can pull from, and then of course tweak them as well. For example, if I go to the fashion tab, and they actually have a 3D CAD library, and also in their reports too, they'll have links to basically this library. But I'm just going to go straight to the swim. So I'm going to click on product. I'll click on apparel, but not check the box. I'll scroll down and I'll just check swim, and it'll check everything that's underneath swim. If I click it, you'll see all that stuff. I could uncheck it if I wanted, but I'll just hit apply. And so all of these can be downloaded into 3D. They're already done and drafted and made for you. It's not a good idea to copy them exactly, because people in the industry have WGSN and they're going to recognize it, and they're not really going to respect you when they see it in your portfolio or something like that. However, it is a good tool so that you don't have to start from scratch, right? Like if you're doing a version of a one-piece swimsuit, it might be nice to start with one that's already started, and you could tweak it and change it yourself, okay? So anyways, to download it, you just click download, and it downloads a whole folder. Okay, so use whatever tools necessary. You can also actually, CLO has their Connect website too, and they also have designs there that can be downloaded. Let's see here, I'm just gonna type in CLO. Okay, make sure that's off. There we are. They have a store. You can make a free account here, and you can type in garment. You can look for fabrics, trims, avatars. You can uncheck paid if you don't want to pay for it. And then, what if I tried swim? I'm not so sure how much is available, but yeah, look, they do have swimwear, and all of this is free too. So this is another source, at least, to start and download something so you're not like completely starting from scratch. So be a problem solver, come up with a design that relates to your theme, and then with all the tools that you've been given so far, figure out how to get that particular design made in CLO. That's a big part of your challenge and project. The next part is you're going to assign fabric to your design. Again, you can pull fabric from the CLO Connect website, download it and upload it into CLO, lots of different choices. You can pull fabric just from the library that CLO has as well. There's some choices here too. Something I haven't really gone over is that you can also pull fabric. I'm going to open up this object browser. I'm going to click on the fabric number 1. And it opens up in the property editor all these different options. If I scroll down, the material defaults to PBR, and look, here's a link to CLO's Connect store. So if you're not sure what the website is, if you click those blue slash lines, it takes you to that Connect store, which is pretty convenient. And then if I choose, instead of PBR, and I choose substance, this will take you, this little blue thing will take you to Adobe Substance's website. Adobe Substance, it's not free. We don't have a license for it, but they do offer free assets. So you want to make sure you're on assets. Like if you went to their regular website, go look for assets, and then we can type in fabric. And you can always just click free. And you could download any of this as well and upload it. It's kind of neat because I feel like the Substance textures, they are a little more realistic and they have a little more 3D texture. So this is just another option for you to go and look for interesting fabrics. And of course, once they're in CLO, you can change the color and do different things like that. So definitely need to find a fabric and decide on that. I am also requiring you guys to add at least one print. You're going to do 3 colorways. 2 colorways can be solid. 1 has to have a print. If you want, all 3 can have a print. They could have the same print in different colorways of the print, or they could be 3 different prints, whatever you want, but at least 1 print. So to find a print, if you've taken our class 111A or 215, you've learned different ways to make an Oliver tile repeat print using Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop. If you haven't taken that class, you can also look for license-free prints as well. One website that I was using, freepick.com. But you can go to Google and just search license-free prints or free license prints. And here I'll type in, I guess, prints. And hopefully you have an idea of what you're looking for. Because it's going to be a lot of prints, right? And you're going to want to make sure you then check free. Okay. And so maybe, I don't know, this one kind of stuck out to me. So click this guy. It is a free license. However, attribution is required. How do you attribute? You just copy this and put this on the website that you're going to make, where you feature your portfolio. You'll say print was designed by or image by, and then put this info there. However, if you ended up making your own print, you could go ahead and attribute yourself. Like, hey, I made this print. Like, that's a great skill to have. So make sure you don't lose sight of that to add to the website later. Okay, so how do we add a print tile? Let's see, let me go ahead and download this guy. Let's try this one. I'll click download. Okay, free download. Okay, it's a zip file. I'm gonna go ahead and unzip it. Going to my downloads folder. I'll double click. Okay, open up the folder. Okay, if we have a JPEG, and you know what's neat? There's a .eps file, so I could open that in Adobe Illustrator and make changes to it if I wanted, so that's kind of fun. But I think for now, I'll just stick with the JPEG one for this demo to show you how to add the print to CLO. So with CLO, like after you decided on your fabric, I'm gonna go back to just the regular PBR fabric. You're gonna look for texture. So this is a 3D thing. They call prints on fabric, they call it a texture. That was like hard for me to understand because I call it a print, but 3D world, they call it texture. So right now there's really no texture here. So if I click these 4 dots, it'll open up my folder and I can go find one. It's a good idea if the texture or file that you found, if the edges line up. Otherwise else your edges won't line up. As well. Something to think about. Okay, so here we go. I added it. Great. And why don't I go ahead and make a little piece of fabric? Or, you know what, maybe I'll open up that swimsuit I downloaded. Okay, so I'm not going to save this. I'll just open it again. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take this orange fabric. I'm going to click that. I'm going to look for texture. There it is under basic parameters. Click those teeny tiny 4 little dots just one time with the left mouse and go find my file. Mine was in my downloads folder. I'll say open and just give it a minute. It's thinking about it. Cool. And there it is. So I'm going to turn off the desaturator. There we go. And I'm going to take off the orange color in the background. Let's see here. So to get rid of a color, you can't choose none. Instead, you have to just do all Fs, top left corner, apply, done, and that's like the same as clear. Now I can see it looks like my little tile repeat was not in repeat. See how we have that line? So that's unfortunate. So I could do some work in Photoshop Illustrator to clean that up, or I could move this around as well with my texture editor to see if I can just move it out of the little bikini pattern. So here's my little texture editor tool, little arrow by that fabric with checkers on it. And oopsies, try that again. Let me click that one more time. There we are. No, okay. Maybe I have to do it in this one. Okay, I'll do it in the 2D pattern. And let's move it up. There we go. So this way I kind of just moved it so you don't see the edges that don't align, but really a better method is to actually put it in repeat. And that's something we teach in those other 2 classes I mentioned. I know we don't teach it in this one, but something to think about. Okay, cool. So 1 fabric. Now we're going to do a couple other colorways. So one easy way to do a colorway in CLO is they actually have a colorway window. It used to be kind of hidden in here, but they have since moved it to display window, and where is it? Colorway editor. There it is. Cool. So we can use this, and I can, oops, I popped it in. I didn't really mean to do that. I'm going to unpop it out. I can choose, oh, it's back in, okay. Hit this little plus sign and it'll add a second colorway. And then I can just go ahead, like click this orange colorway and scroll down and, you know, pick a different colorway that, you know, is important to me. So click done. Now you can see I did change it on the straps here, but it's still orange. So you have to click update in the top left corner, and then you'll see it here as well. So this is just another tool to kind of just directly change all the colorways of every single thing, like your trim, all the fabrics, in one little place too. So that's available by CLO as well. Anyways, so you're going to work on 3 different colorways of one suit, and then when you're done, you're going to go ahead and render a turntable image of it, and we're actually going to prepare it to put on a portfolio website to do a little 3D spin action. So in the next video, I'll show you how to do that. But anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing your guys' creativity and your use of all the different techniques we've learned in this class. And of course, reach out if you guys have questions.